he is extremely generous. He's extremely sensitive. And he's one of the finest human beings I've ever met. And we are here to celebrate him and to celebrate Susie, but to say to her, you are one lucky gal.
All right.
The maid of honor, Susie's sister, who this is totally illegal and against groomsmen. Etiquette. I'm gonna let you slide. Oh, you're in.
Wait? No.
You're in.
Don't tell her that, David. She might blow up.
You've got clout.
She went to Johnny and changed his name to Johnny Williams. That's all I'm saying.
Which sounds, that doesn't sound that bad.
No, I couldn't help hearing Steve say how lucky Susie is about Johnny. Well, I'll tell you.
Everybody pick their feet up. Everybody get their feet up. Yeah, well.
All right, you're talking about my baby sister here. All right, my little sister, who is now kind of, she's not little anymore. She's kind of become one of those women. Very honest. And I have to say that growing up was pretty fun with Suze. We were buddies, and we're all buddies. I mean, all four of us are buddies, and we used to hang out a lot around the kitchen table, on the beach, whatever. And I can remember talking about marriage and our husbands and what they would be like, and we'd take bets on who would be the last one to get married. I won. In the last 2 years, after meeting you, I really thought, she isn't my little sister anymore. She's really become her own person. She's really become an equal with the rest of us here. And it's really nice to see. And it's neat that you brought that out in her too, Johnny. And you are one hell of a lucky guy.
Here, here. Enough of this college stuff. Let's go back to the grade school years, because if you look at the program, I'm listed as a grade school friend. And actually, it was Paul and myself that actually shaped John in his youth, whether it's a V or a box. Is that an invite for me to give a short lunch? I'm taking my shirt off. 2000, and John was the only one that had a crew cut. Mutual respect. But after those high school years, I went south to play in a real baseball conference, the ACC. David? I also played in the ACC.
We won't hold that against you.
I have a story about each, and one kind of leads into the other. Like all ex-ball players, I guess you end up playing softball. All the high school boys, we formed a fall softball team. And the big thing was, we used to have a sponsor.
No way, you're not telling that.
And we'd go to the seedy motorcycle bar, was our sponsor afterward. This is a good story, Trey. It's a good story.
It's a good story. Totally good story.
And one night, we play, and we probably got crushed, so we're out having our hamburgers, drinking some beers, playing some darts, and across the bars, this semi good-looking girl. We're playing darts, and like Charlie has his shirt off in the bar playing darts, flexing some shit.
Box shape?
The box shape here. I'll make it into a perfect tube look. Anyway, the girl, by the end of the night, when all was clear out, there's only 3 or 4 of us left playing, crawls over and, of course, is hitting on Trotty like all girls do. But,
I was in there,
but Trotty, the good individual that he is, there was another guy on the team that weighed about 85 pounds, didn't have any hair, was really wanting this chick. So he goes, hey, Trotty, give me your clothes, and I'll put them on, and you send the girl outside, maybe she'll think that I'm you. Trotty, the gamesman that he is, says, okay, Tommy, go in the bathroom, put all these on. Tommy takes his clothes off, puts puts Charlie's clothes on, walks outside. We send the girl outside saying Johnny's out there. And of course, the girl goes out there, sees Tommy, this 89-pound weakling, wearing Charlie's like number 15 jersey, and like spits at him, kicks him in the groin, walks back. Where's the real Charlie? And all of us, it's about time for us to leave, so we take off. We're heading off in our cars, and we see Johnny walk out of the bar, and this girl sitting on a curb waiting for him. And back up a little bit. Johnny was got to be playing third base, and he had to wear an athletic supporter because a rocket shot's coming down his way to protect his genitalia. So we all know this girl's very interested in Johnny. She's like a drifter from California. It's hanging with 3 guys that live like 3 houses away. Like California. So we're all pulling out. Such a great state. And we see this girl just all over Johnny. And we all leave, and then I get home, and on my tape machine, I hear this message. If you wouldn't believe it, this girl was hitting on me. She reached down and like, Babaloosh, and she said, geez, Johnny, you are very masculine. But what she didn't know was Johnny still had his athletic supporter on. Anybody can get this dollar bill off the grip out of the quarter lady. She's doing bar tricks like nobody's business. Everybody loves her. Everybody continue to love her. Charlie, you continue to love her. Hey!
Gail's gonna like that. Especially from his wife, Sandy. Dan, did I say something wrong? Oh, I didn't hurt your feelings, Jim, did I?
No, sorry. You that right there, Mike? Yeah, you got it. Forget about it.
I was at Northwestern before this menagerie came. Some of the people you've heard speak. And I remember I was a junior when John and Tick came aboard, and I can remember I was one of the guys that's was kind of hanging around at the time. I was, kind of good enough to make the team every year, but kind of had my spot in the bullpen, where you watched a lot of action.
Great seats, weren't they?
And on days when Trout and Tick were pitching, there was a lot of action going on. To watch. And the thing I remember about John, about his character, he's such a regular guy, and he really came in. There was a lot of, he's very talented, and I was kind of one of these guys, kind of just hanging on my way out. I remember John treated me with a heck of a lot of respect, and of course at the time I didn't know he thought I was a coach. I might throw a couple innings this year. I was kind of thinking, this is going to be my year. And I found out after a while, I thought you were the coach. That's a true story. I'm not that old. But one thing that I could say is if I did have a daughter, I would want her to marry a guy exactly like John. I mean, he's just such a wonderful guy, and I don't get a chance to see him that often, especially since he's been in Germany and since I graduated, we've gone our separate ways. But always managed somehow to get on the phone and chat a little bit, and just that closeness really hasn't dissipated over the years. And that's because he's a genuine guy. He really is an honest, genuine, nice guy. That's about as good as you can say about anybody these days.
Today that I just couldn't believe that we were doing the rehearsal thing, and we were walking up the aisle behind these guys, and I just looked at Jules and I said, who would have ever guessed this would happen? It's sickening. And I mean, it's just that we grew up with the two families grew up, and God, I wish Uncle Will was here to see this, and just. I mean, it's so unbelievable, the fact that we used to play quoits every day together for 1 month out of our life. Every year, we would come, and Susie and I were the closest, and all the other girls, kind of went up with them. Betsy and Johnny, and Julie was in the middle, and Grace and Sally.
And one John.
Nobody else wanted Johnny. Susie's, went to the ACC. She's a little old. A little immature. She took. But I just think that I think it's awesome. It's so cool because the families are so close, anyways. Like I call Margie Aunt Mag, which I guess I should stop doing because we're filming a movie and I I put together a song and